Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope doing well, and today we've got some interesting news, definitely in the rumor territory, coming from our friends over at Bounding Into Comics from John F. Trent, and apparently this is tied to a source that is associated with Lord Doomcock, and so therefore, once again, these are all rumors. Nothing has been confirmed at this time, but I think once we break down what is being said, how it's being explained, and also what we have seen in the past with this show, The Mandalorian, and including showing up at things like E3 and also, of course, most especially Star Wars Celebration, that there probably is at least some merit or some truth to this rumor. So the rumor is that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has been banned from the set of The Mandalorian Season 2. Damn, son, that is some pretty harsh language there. Banned from the set. Not, oh, they've been encouraged and she's been asked to try and stay off the set for as much as possible because they're trying to keep everything secret and because they don't need her there. No. They're using the words of her being banned, not allowed to be on set. The fact that she is still, according to all public record, the official president of Lucasfilm, this would be a huge indication that she has absolutely lost favor with everyone in Lucasfilm. Ooh. One of my dogs just hurt one of the others, so hopefully they're okay. Looks like they're having fun in the background playing around, so hopefully everything is fine. But also, too, I would be upset as well to hear about this news because I think that this is just downright ridiculous that Kathleen Kennedy is even still involved with Lucasfilm in the first place. But hey, it looks like we are at the beginning of the end of her road, whether she steps down naturally in 2021 with Bob Iger or whether or not she gets pushed to the front or pushed somewhere else in the company or whatever it is that they're going to do. It looks like her current position is going to go through some major changes. It actually already has technically gone through some major changes, seeing that she is the president of Lucasfilm, but that her overall role has actually been kind of separated a little bit as far as what she is responsible for. But of course, that's stuff that's been covered in the past. But a new rumor details that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has been banned from the set of The Mandalorian Season 2. The rumor comes from YouTuber Doomcock, who tells his viewers, I have some alleged leaks straight from The Mandalorian production regarding Kathleen Kennedy and the future of Lucasfilm. He adds, this information comes to me via a brand new source, albeit a source I've known for some time now. A friendly source I have no reason to suspect would feed me false information. All that said, please treat this information as rumor, pending further confirmation. So once again, this is a rumor. I'm very glad. That's why I love Lord Doomcock. He always makes clear this is rumor, this is fact, and this, of course, falls into the rumor territory, but also that he's going to try and double check this and try and get confirmation on this in the future. So Doomcock continues, I am informed by this source, who is directly tied to the people with close knowledge of The Mandalorian Season 2, that they are currently shooting Season 2 of The Mandalorian and that Kathleen Kennedy has been banned from the set. He adds, I repeat, according to this rumor obtained directly from sources with direct knowledge, Kathleen Kennedy has been banned from set. Doomcock then details that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will take control of Lucasfilm. I was informed that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are in the process of seizing control of Lucasfilm. As much as 2 weeks ago, I might have doubted the credibility of this information. However, this rumor dovetails neatly with reporting from Midnight's Edge regarding the current state of Lucasfilm. On February 1st, they posted a video citing a rumor from Pinewood that Kathleen Kennedy was heading out the door for early retirement, citing leaked messages to directors of the Obi-Wan television show that they could expect to be dealing with someone other than Kennedy in the future. The talk around Pinewood Studios is that Kathleen Kennedy is heading out the door for early retirement. A text message received confirmed Obi-Wan Kenobi's directors were told they can expect to be dealing with someone new in the near future, possibly within a matter of month. Doomcock, of course, believes in their reporting. So this, to me, is sounding like the end of the regime of Kathleen Kennedy. Now, whether or not she's been banned from the set, whether or not we have a takeover taking place with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, we don't know, right? This is just based off of rumor and speculation. What I would gather is that higher-ups in Disney, not necessarily Lucasfilm, because let's be honest, Kathleen Kennedy is the head of Lucasfilm. What I imagine is happening is that someone like Bob Iger or someone else in the higher-ups of the Disney hierarchy has given orders to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau to be given total autonomy on that series, with maybe someone in those higher-ups having direct interaction with them, and that they have been told, do not contact or do not associate yourself or do not have back and forth meetings, creatively at the very least, with Kathleen Kennedy because she is no longer going to be the go-to person within Lucasfilm, because they are either setting up for her to retire early before 2021, or to at least have an announcement of her retirement, or that they are just trying to figure out where to go next. So this seems to be pretty legitimate based on how it's being explained, how it is being worded. However, I do think that certain parts of that do need to be confirmed a little bit. I don't think this is a coup. I don't think that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are coming together saying, no, Kathleen Kennedy, this is ours, because at the end of the day, Kathleen Kennedy is still in charge based on everything that we currently have in front of us. So that just does not seem logical. But higher ups in Disney giving that control, seizing that control from Kathleen Kennedy and giving that over to them, that to me makes more sense. Them then falling into those roles of being the main creative heads and main producers behind it also seems to make sense as well. And this does really match up with a lot of the things that we've heard as of late, especially ever since The Mandalorian itself started. Remember, The Mandalorian, when that came out, when we got those the trailers, when we got all the information at Star Wars Celebration, who was very hardly heard during that entire process? Kathleen Kennedy. Even though Kathleen Kennedy is her name is attached to season 1 of The Mandalorian, it is very apparent based on the content that we got, the quality that we got, and also based on the interviews and also everything surrounding the event, that this was Jon Favreau's boy, that this was Jon Favreau's baby. This was completely under his control, or at least mostly under his control, and that Dave Filoni, even though he was only involved in a couple of episodes as far as officially goes as a writer and director, that he in all likelihood was probably a very heavy presence behind the scenes, while at the same time working on his own Star Wars The Clone Wars series, which is yet another example of one that you didn't really hear about Kathleen Kennedy being heavily involved with either. So I have not seen the latest episode of Clone Wars. I know that season 7 just went live today, so as soon as this video is over, my plan is to watch that next episode. I hear that it's very solid. I hear that it does a very good job, picks up where it lets off, feels the same as it did originally, so I cannot wait to experience that, because in my opinion, Clone Wars is one of the greatest things that has come out since the prequel trilogy. Again, that was basically George Lucas's baby and the main project that he had after his prequels, and something that was unfortunately canceled by Lucasfilm when they took, or rather by Kathleen Kennedy's Lucasfilm, when they decided to take over back in around 2012 or so. So it's nice that they've recognized, hey, we need to get the fans back, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this point, because they're ending the series. They're not actually continuing on. And of course, with everything with the Rise of Skywalker, including the presumption that, that Ahsoka Tano had died in some point in between the Clone Wars and at the end of Rise of Skywalker, saying that we hear her voice as a Force ghost, or at least a Force voice in some capacity, again, insinuating that she had passed away. I don't really think that this is going to be very good news for Kathleen Kennedy's future. Very excited to see the future of this post-Kathleen Kennedy regime, but let's also remember, this means that someone's going to have to replace Kathleen Kennedy. Now, if they were to announce Kathleen Kennedy is retiring and Jon Favreau is taking over with Dave Filoni as a second, that actually would be, I think, a step in the right direction, and also might be enough for me to actually be very, very interested in all the Disney content from Disney Plus going forward, because I don't see Jon Favreau being someone and Dave Filoni being someone that would be the main team to do the theatrical releases. And I honestly do believe, especially based off of the words of Bob Iger himself and many others apart, that they're taking a hiatus from filmmaking probably for the next 5 years or so, I would imagine, and that they're going to focus solely on their Disney Plus content. But if that is being spearheaded by Dave Filoni, by Jon Favreau, and by people like Deborah Chow as directors and creative minds, I think that the future looks pretty bright for it. Now, this all, of course, presumes that this is true. This is a rumor. If Kathleen Kennedy is still heavily involved, if Kathleen Kennedy's not going anywhere, if she is still the one that's holding back the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, if she is still the one that is going to be trying to get those scripts changed to fix her political ideology, then obviously I will still have my concerns and my worries. But if it is true, and if the new people that were recording in that text message that was referred to by Midnight's Edge is someone like Dave Filoni or someone like Jon Favreau, and they are now going to be the main producers of also the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, with Deborah Chow still being the head director and the head creative mind, that could lead to an amazing series, even though obviously I've got my own issues with Ewan McGregor. I've always really enjoyed him and thoroughly loved his portrayal of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm very excited for that series. But anyway, seems to be some pretty good news, but I'm at that point now where I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the rumors. I'm tired of the speculation. I just want something to happen. I want Kathleen Kennedy to be officially fired, or to have officially stepped down, or for Rian Johnson's trilogy to be officially off the market, even though all of these things seem to be true, right? With Rian Johnson being given this Knives Out 2 push and all the other projects that he says that he's working on, and he's really not really talking about the Star Wars projects anymore. With Kathleen Kennedy getting, rumors like this circulating around her, and just looking at what we have in front of us with the fact that they had people ready to start the filming process for Obi-Wan, and they got sent home because Kathleen Kennedy wanted to change the scripts. It just screams to me that something's going on behind the scenes, and I just want confirmation of all of it. But anyway, these are all rumors. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think there's any truth to these rumors? Again, I know that I want these rumors to be true, but until we get a little bit more concrete evidence, and until we get some actual action, either an actual, hey, this is the day I'm stepping down press release from Kathleen Kennedy herself, or an official statement from Lucasfilm or Disney, Bob Iger, etc., then at this point in time, I will take this with a tremendous grain of salt and simply pray that it happens, because I want Star Wars to be great again. I want Star Wars to be like the Star Wars of old. And even though Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau might not be the two to be able to get it to the highest of heights that it once was, they at the very least will be able to dig, I think, all the crap and sludge that has been put into the hole, right? Into the grave of what Star Wars has been. I think that those two would be enough to be able to at least get the sludge out of the way, so that hopefully down the line, maybe 10 years from now, we have a brand new visionary that's able to lift it all up. Who that visionary is, I don't know, but I think that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau would be a good start. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that would be a good start to the new Lucasfilm? Do you think that there is going to be a new Lucasfilm with Kathleen Kennedy possibly being set up to either step down herself, early retirements, or for her to be fired? Let me know that and anything we talked about in the comments section below. Also, consider smashing that join button if you want to become a member of the channel over on YouTube. You get some perks if you do so. Also, make sure if you want, become a Patreon or Subscribe Star supporter. All of these are different ways that you help support the channel. It allows me to do giveaways for certain Patreon Subscribe Star members. It also allows me to do giveaways on the main channel every now and then, as well as be able to continue operations and get new quality content, get new quality equipment, and just keep things getting better, and also to do more content in the future. So you guys are awesome, amazing, beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless. And now to give a shout out to my February Patreon and Subscribe Star members: animation commentator Brian P., Dion, David Brobrizik. Please let me know if I need to repronounce that name. DivX, Elizabeth M., Enrique Evangelista, Father Christopher Miller, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weird Dog Clan, Harold Francis, The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Drop Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jeffrey Lebowski, JJ Jonathan Jerembeck, Kenneth Cameo, Lady T, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin with the beautiful hair, Orange Hat Reviews, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Riff Magos, Rosetta Allen, Steve Glasker, Teresa Martin, Theodore Bendon, The DJD Show, and Tina B. And over on Subscribe Star, Robert Revo, Larry, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, G2 Cool 99, Dark Star 57, Alice McCarthy, US 888-209 Fast, Dean Heiss, Harold Francis, J-Rod the Beer Guru, Nebanon G. Adams, and ZK Man. Then a shout out to Riff Racer Request and Sir Lance Elato and Mike Jackson. You rock. Thank you very much for being my Patreon Subscribe Star members for the month of February. And if anyone else decides to join, at the next couple of days or so, I will add you into this list as well. You guys freaking rock. Have a wonderful one. And as always, God bless.